What's up, guys? This is Jay, and welcome to Rising CPA.
3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff.
So these are the top 6 things the AICPA or Nasba won't tell you. So let's get right to the video, guys. The top 6. Top 6. So number 6 of what the AICPA or Nasba won't tell you. Shh, keep it a secret. All right, guys. Number 6. How to save $240 when paying to sit for this very expensive CPA exam. When applying on the Nasba website to sit for the CPA exam, you can save $240. $240. You know what you could buy with $240? You can buy the new Jordans that just dropped. You can invest in some stock, maybe a Tesla when it drops down again. I don't know. You can spend on whatever you want. But $240 is a lot of money. So pretty much the way you save $240 is pretty much by paying for all the exams the first time you pay for the exam. The way I did it was, since it all depends on the way that you structure in the order that you're going to take this exam. So if you're going to take the hardest one first, I won't suggest you to pay for all the examinations at the first time you pay for the registration of the exams. I'll suggest just to pay for one. Why? Because in order to when you pay for these registrations, each registration has an expiration date, right? So keep that in mind. If you're going to pay for all 4 on December 1st, remember they expire. I believe is within 6 months. I'm not 100% sure, but I believe is within 6 months. They all expire. So you have an 18-month window to pass all 4 sections, but that doesn't mean that you have an 18-month window to pass from the date that you register or paid for the exam. You know, is the registration is just has its own expiration window. All right, guys, so keep that in mind. That's number 6, a way to save $240, but be cautious. And like I do in all my videos, I don't read the full slide. You're more than welcome to pause the video and read the slide to have more detail. But to make these videos short, I try to just summarize them. All right, so let's go to right to number 5. All right, so number 5, CPA re-examination fees and NTS waiting period. So for me, I feel like this is something that the Nasba won't tell you, or tries to keep a little on the down low. Not sure why. Maybe I have a little suspicion why, but not sure. And I don't want to I don't want to start making assumptions without knowing 100%. But for some reason, they do not like to make these fees very. They don't like to promote these prices. But when you look at the prices, like I displayed here on this slide, you obviously see these prices are pretty costly. At the end of the day, every time you take a retake an exam, you're paying about $315. $315. That's a lot of bread there. That's including the $90 registration fee and plus the exam you're retaking. So keep that in mind, that re-examination fees are pretty costly, and they do not promote that or make it very readily available. You have to go through FAQs, all these other windows in their website in order to properly find the prices for these exams. And for the NTS waiting period, it's about 42 to 72 hours. I'll say fairly, to be accurate, 42 to 72 hours. Number 4, NASBA CPA exam 18-month completion window. So this is a window that was a little confusing to me at first, because I just didn't understand how is it continuous testing, but we have an 18-month completion window. So the way that works is pretty much, let's say December 1st, you took an exam. and you passed it. But you paid, let's say, August for the exam, August 1st. So starting from the date that you receive the exam score, let's say December 30th, you received your score on December 30th. Starting from that date, your 18-month window starts. So in order for you to receive your CPA license, you need to pass all 4 sections after December 30th, not after August 30th, the day that you paid for the registration or to take the exam. Not December 1st, the day you set for the exam. It's December 30th, the day you received your score. Okay, guys, so keep that in mind. So when you're setting up the exam, you don't have any unexpected events arising throughout the year. Maybe you have a wedding, maybe you have something going on, maybe you have a big event for your family that you may be out for a while. Maybe you have a health condition that may cause you to work a little slowly. So just keep these things in mind. I think this is something that Nasba doesn't clearly elaborate on their website, but this is why I made it number 4 on the list. Number 3, waiting period for the CPA exam's target release date. Now, I know that sounded a little bit confusing. Let me just say it again. Waiting period. The waiting period for the target release date. Now, at first, when I read the target release date on the AICPA website, I didn't understand what the hell that target release date really meant. I thought the target release date was an estimated date of the maximum amount of days that they will take in order to give you your score. But in fact, this date is the date that they release every candidate's score that took the exam within a certain window. So if you took it within September 8th you took it before September 8th, then you'll receive your score September 16th. You took it September 30th, you'll get it before October. You'll get it on October 9th. You took it October 29th, October 23rd, you'll get it November 10th. November 15th, you get it November 24th. Those are the actual testing windows for the 2020 AICPA's target release dates. And food for thought, sitting earlier than the last date to sit is not going to speed up the waiting period. So keep that in mind, guys. That was number 3. Number 2, are AICPA blueprints reliable? Now, this is my opinion. I don't think AICPA blueprints are reliable as they claim they are. First of all, they're not updated as frequently as they claim they do on their website. They claim they're updated 1 to 2 times a year, and this is pulled directly from their website. This little gray box. This is not true. As you know, if anybody has a CPA self-study program, we see how much content they constantly change. So for them to say that these blueprints are really reliable in a roadmap to studying for the CPA, I don't think that's true. Maybe they practice what they preach. They update it twice a year. If they did that, maybe it will be true. Maybe the blueprints would be a little bit more reliable, but I don't think they would be reliable. Would financial statements be reliable if we are preparing quarterly statements semi-annually? They're not reliable because we need those quarterly results, not semi-annual. That's why they're called 10Qs. So anyways, that was number 2 of what the AICPA or NASBA won't tell you. Let's go to number 1. Are you guys ready? Number 1. And number 1, AICPA sample tests. This is something that AICPA or NASBA or whoever deal with preparing these exams won't tell you. The AICPA website releases these sample tests. I'm not sure how frequently, but in my case, when I took the exam twice, I saw a lot of questions from the AICPA sample test. Not sure if these questions were graded or were sample questions that they don't, because there are sample questions on the exam. that they don't disguise or tell you if they're sample questions or not. They just want to make sure if these questions are good enough to be tested on. But anyways, the case is that I've seen a lot of questions on the MCQ portion and on the simulation portion, and to be honest, these questions they arise pretty often. Questions very similar to the AICPA sample test. So if you're doing mocks exam, only mocks from whatever program you're using, it would be very dumb not to take an AICPA sample test, because a lot of their questions, they won't tell you that they'll come up on the AICPA actual CPA exams. We all know the AICPA creates these exams. They won't tell you, but they do arise. And a lot of candidates have claimed that they've seen them on the exam. So anyways, guys, those are the top 6 lists that the AICPA or Nasba won't tell you. And pretty much I just did. So it's okay. Thank me later when you guys pass that CPA exam. All right, guys. So thank you for watching. Comment, subscribe, and good luck on your CPA exam.
3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff.